and welcome back to Fluttering Butterflies. My name is Michelle and this is my February book haul. I've been incredibly lucky to receive 13 books this month for review and one book I bought myself. So here we go, let's get started. The first book I wanted to share with you today is The Butterfly Club by Jacqueline Wilson. I'm sure I've only just showed you her last book, and this is again a beautiful hardback book. I love the butterflies on this one. It sounds really sweet, and it was sent along with all of these, like in this little bag filled with these cute little rock candies that say The Butterfly Club on them. What a sweet touch. I really love that. Next up, from Chicken House, I was sent One of Us by Jeannie Woodby. I don't know how to say that name. And this one is it sounds like a very nail-biting thriller for teenagers. It sounds really good. It was published in February and I really hope to get to that one very soon. Next up from Macmillan we have The Lie Tree by Frances Harding. This one sounds incredible, about a tree that feeds from people's lies and the fruit that it... Honestly, it sounds amazing. Next up again from Macmillan is The Storm by Virginia Bergen. This is the sequel to The Rain, about this killer rain. This carries on the story and it sounds really good. One that I'm really excited about is Cleo by Lucy Coates. This is a book following the early lives of Cleopatra, and honestly, I'm so excited about this one. Again, publishing in May from Orchard. This one will not stay on my to-be-read shelf for very long. Next up from Curious Fox we have The Magnificent Lizzie Brown and the Mysterious Phantom by Vicky Lockwood. I believe this is the first book in a series set in a Victorian circus, and what more do I need to say apart from Victorian circus? I hadn't heard of this one before I opened that envelope, but it sounds really interesting. Next up, again from Chicken House, we have If You Were Me by Sam Hepburn. This one is about terrorism and a bomb threat, and it sounds incredibly interesting. I really love the spine, especially. It really stands out on my shelf being that shiny. I'm so excited to have also received A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab from Titan Books. This one sounds incredible. I'm really dying to read it. I'll also be taking part in the blog tour that Titan have set up. Super excited. Also sent to me for review this month is this book. It's called A Cage of Roots by Matt Griffin. This is a debut author and I hadn't heard of it before this book arrived, but apparently this girl comes to Ireland from New York. She's an orphan. She's kind of trying to figure out her family history, and then she's sort of abducted and taken into the earth, and it sounds really interesting. As I was reading the premise, I was thinking, really? Wow. So hopefully we'll get to this one soon. As I said, I did buy one book this month, and that book was Secrets of the Henna Girl by Sophia Ahmed. This book is about arranged marriages, and it's got quite a pretty cover. I'd heard about it a while ago. I think that I turned it down when it was sent to me for a review, and then I was thinking that I really wanted to read more diversely this year, so when I saw it in a charity shop I snapped it up. It was only £1. I'm really hoping to get to this one very soon. Now, the most exciting thing that happened during the month of February is that I was invited to the Electric Monkey Egmont Blogger Day, and it was incredible. It really was. Hopefully I will be writing my write-up of the day on my blog soon, but here are the books that I got for the events. I got 4 books from Electric Monkey. The first is Black Dove, White Raven by Elizabeth Ween. Elizabeth was at the Blogger Day and she was telling us some really incredible things about what inspired her to write this story, and it's made me incredibly intrigued to to find out how all of those different elements have shaped this story. And of course she did sign my book for me. Rachel McIntyre was also there talking about her book, Me and Mr. J. And it was really interesting actually to hear her speak about her reasons behind writing this book, as well as some of her thoughts on student-teacher relationships. So I have already read this book. I can leave a link down below to my review of it on my blog. And of course she signed my book as well. Lisa Heathfield, the debut author of Seed, was also at the event, and we're given this copy of her book. What I found really amusing is that with the other authors that were at the event, they were talking quite a lot about the storyline and the characters and other things about their books. So, like, even though I haven't read Elizabeth's book, I do, not that one. So even though I haven't read Elizabeth's books, I do know what this book is roughly about. But the only thing that I really know about Seed is that the main character is a girl called Pearl, and that she lives in a cult. And the fourth and final book at the Electric Monkey event is this book, Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls by Lynn Weingarten. This is about two girls, one who ends up dying and the other one thinks that she was murdered, though it was classified as a suicide, and it sounds like the one girl trying to find out more details about her best friend. Sounds incredibly good. I love the sound of it. I'm really hoping to read that one soon. Also in this beautiful goodie bag was a bunch of other things. A little booklet of some of their upcoming titles, this really wonderful book postcard that I'll use as a bookmark, an actual bookmark for Seed, this little like card thingy for Grasshopper Jungle, a notebook and a pen, and my favorite of all is this skull biscuit that goes along with Can't Look Away. It's beautiful and I love it so much. Now, during the filming of this video, actually my postman rang the doorbell and delivered two more packages, so I'm just going to quickly show you those as well. The first is Flesh and Blood by Simon Cheshire. This is the third book in the Red Eye series, which is a young adult series of horror books. I really enjoyed the first two books in the horror series so far, so I'm really excited to read this one. I have really great covers as well, very simplistic, but like the items on the covers really stand out. So excited for that one. And I received this package of books from Titan Books. I haven't really had a chance to go through them, so I will just here if that's okay. The first is another copy of A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, which probably means a giveaway at some point. Another book that arrived is The Silence by Tim Leben. Oh, this one's just some of the words that have jumped out from the back of the book involve a cave and blind creatures that are hunting by sound. It sounds really scary. Another book that arrived is Old Venus, edited by George R.R. Martin and Gardner Dozois. Oh god, I butchered that name. And this looks like science fiction short stories. I've been wanting to read more short stories, so that's an excellent surprise. I also received Dark Detectives, edited by Stephen Jones, and this is an anthology of supernatural mysteries. I have no idea, by the way, why I received these books. I'm pretty sure that this was a mistake, having sent these books to me. And finally, we have this book. It's called Norman by Stan Silas, and I don't know if you can read the tagline there. It says, "I am 8 years old and I kill people." Yes, it's a graphic novel. that sounds rather disturbing. So a very interesting and very different collection of books this month. Thank you to all of the publishers that have sent me books. I do appreciate it. I'm really excited and I have no idea where to start now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.